am sure you ask yourself, who operates these cameras? Okay, if you don't ask yourself, now ask yourself. Here's the answer. It's this, guys. It's this gentleman. No wonder they're so shy. They're not even looking up.
I forgot the lights.
You forgot the lights.
Yeah.
So, they are here to take us through a conversation about their fathers, their experiences on fatherhood, if they are fathers, and just on this special month of fathers, they are here to share their experiences. So, I will start with you, Japheth. Hi. Introduce yourself and tell us who you are, and then tell me if you are a father and if you plan to be one anytime soon.
Okay. Japheth Lele. Today nimejipata huko mbele. I'm usually huko nyuma. So whatever is happening here might not be found in the video. So
it's not a threat. We'll edit it ourselves. Okay, no.
I'm not a father yet, but I'm a father figure. I'm an uncle. Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Okay, fair enough. Hello.
Hi.
Please introduce yourself. Tell us if you're a father.
Well, my name is Asudi Gitira, and I'm not a father yet. I got plans to become a father very soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, we've been hearing about these plans about being fathers.
Oh yes, hi.
Hi.
My name is Brian Safari. I am a father. Yeah, I am a father to his 2 years, turning 3 in June.
He is the set nephew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hapo si ndo tutaendeaga wisdom.
So now, talk to me about your earliest memory of your father. When you think of your father, what is the one thing? Actually, yeah, not earliest memory, but when you think about your father, yeah, what is the one thing that comes to mind? Okay. Imekuja? So, Japheth.
This one is tricky.
Mm-hmm.
When I think of my father, one thing that still up to now is that sense of discipline. That guy is one hell of a disciplinarian. So in every family meeting, not just our family, like the extended one, the cousins, the uncles, like if he was to appear in any meeting, everything would go like
Order
in every place.
I love it.
Like he's the eldest in their family, so there is that
sense of,
but not just the sense. In reality,
it's actually that.
I can't fit it in this conversation. It's a whole other discussion.
But what's your relationship like?
It might even need a therapist.
Okay, we will look into that for you. We'll look into that for you. But what is your relationship with your father?
Well, I would say I wouldn't call it so like that close, but we are good.
You're good.
We talk.
It works.
Let's say we talk and we are good and we give each other advice where it is needed.
Where needed.
Yeah, you advise your father?
Definitely, yeah.
You don't advise your father?
Or not?
On some matters where he a lot of
What's
things
up?
like that's one of them. There are some things of this generation he doesn't have a grasp on. So definitely that is me in there.
True.
And there are things which in his generation that I don't have a clue on. So that's why he comes in. Yeah.
True. Tell us about your dad.
So the fondest memory that I have with my dad is it's a bit far away. I lost my dad in 2009. I was just joining Form 1. And but I remember him for good things. And I'm a Protestant. I go to Friends Church. They call themselves Quakers. We call ourselves Quakers. And I remember, we used to have the morning mass, and the morning service of mass, then the afternoon mass or service that was for the elderly people or the kids. So I remember he used to have a speed bike. So every time it was a Sunday, actually he used to come from Nairobi to Kakamega every weekend. He must be there.
On a speed bike. This is
No, not a speed bike.
Oh, I'm like, wait, your dad was cool. Is he Ian Duncan?
No. So, like the speed bike is another story. But every weekend, he used to come to Kakamega to visit to check on us, and and every Sunday, everybody must go to church. And I remember we used to go to church in the morning, then in the afternoon. So we used to ride the speed bike together. Like he takes me to the church, and so he taught me how to go to church and how to stay close to God and how to behave like a man in a manly order, and how to treat women in a good way.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
That's nice. What kind of father do you see yourself being?
Actually, you remember he said that the relationship between him and his father, is a bit like they talk, but they don't interact like normally. And so for me, what I can say that for me as a father, I want to try and break the barrier between. You see, even if you talk to other people or us here, they tell you that our relationship with our fathers was about a disciplinarian and a person who, when you see at the door shut, you go to the kitchen and you chill.
Not mine, but okay.
Yeah, you brought in a different generation. But for us, but for us, talk to the men. Talk to the men. Huh? When your dad shows up at the door, the first thing you do, you go out. And you go out until your mother calls you, probably for food. And the only time you need to talk to your dad is when he starts the conversation.
Speak
with you.
When spoken to.
Yeah, and so for me, I want to break that barrier. I want to interact with my son, even with my nephew, on a very friendly, on person to person level. Like, how are you? How is the night? How's the day? And all that. But my dad never used to ask me that. Like, it's about like how the performance at school. Okay, next time perform well.
And that's it.
Yeah, that's
okay.
it. Yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Baba, I don't want to say Baba Zero because you're not Baba Zero. Okay.
I think I would say my fondest memory of my dad was in high school. I was in Form 4, and I remember it was a parents' meeting. So I think that's when I realized, jamaa alikuwa peke yake kwa nyumba. Because normally when your parents will come to visit you in school, you are looking forward to the food more than
the presents. Yeah.
Precisely. So I remember this time he came with a bag, traveling bag.
Not a newspaper.
And some water.
You know, things are happening. So after the meeting, then now we met. So this was the food. The food was, there was chapati, there was squid cake, and then there was Coca-Cola. And
well,
sitting back, I was like, you're like, okay, so mboga ni Coca-Cola, the sweet one, Fanta, and whatnot. Then the queen cake, maybe dessert or the appetizer. But then you're like,
the main course is chapati.
The guy tried.
Motivation.
So for me, I think, because I think this was the first time he had ever come to visit me in school alone. So it was, I think for me, I appreciated that effort. And for me, until today, I kind of have a good relationship with chapati. Because I
thought you were going to see your dad.
No, of course.
Chapati.
Of course, I relate well with my dad. But within that moment, it showed me that there are some, so that's those sacrifices, that effort you make, that's what the child remembers. Because if he had just shown up I will have remembered, yes, there's a parade in Kiribia. But then
And you remember maybe a newspaper.
Precisely. But then seeing the humor in that, and for him it goes from a very honest position, like hiyo nimekuletea chakula.
Right.
So for me, I think so that moment, I would say it was one of my fondest memories of my dad, because it showed me the importance of putting that effort. Yeah.
So let me Sudi mentioned something. He talked about the relationship with the dad. When he comes in, it's basically speak when spoken to. A bit of a militaristic approach to life. But yeah, was that your same encounter? And how is your encounter? Okay, how did the relationship with your dad shape your relationship with your son?
I think my dad is good on discipline. So, growing up, you tend to think that discipline, in terms of, the punishments, kuchapa and whatnot, it's not fit. So, as you grow older, you realize, actually, I was being punished because of ABCD. And as I grew older, I came to understand why he was doing that. And in that sense, I've also transferred the same to my child, whereby I know the experiences I didn't like as a child. So as a father, I ensure that my son does not experience the same things. Such that if for me, when my dad walked into the room, I walked out, I'm like, no, I want my relationship with my son to be different.
We can stay in the same room.
Yeah. Then another change I also noticed was when I was not a dad, and now as a dad, the relationship
with your dad
changed. Yeah. Because you'll find that now there are some conversations that now he no longer sees me as just his son. He also sees me as
someone's father.
Yeah. So in a way, you'll find that he will also share some of the things he feels about parenting. He will ask you about your siblings.
Okay.
He will ask you about responsibilities as home, because he understands you as a father. So it's like he was waiting for this moment so that we can have that conversation from father to father. Yeah.
Okay, so what is really standing out for me in all this is how different my experience is. And I'm wondering if it's because I am female. I'm not sure. But now I'm starting possibility, right?
Yeah.
But I would want to hear that from my brother. Though I don't think, because I see them talking. So maybe, I really don't know, maybe it's about gender, but since we are in this conversation on gender, what do you guys think is the importance of having either a father or the father figure in your life? And Japheth, you did not tell us about your experience with your father. But you said he was a disciplinarian. Should we assume akikuja unatoka?
No, do you have one somewhere?
Well, I wouldn't term it as Sudi has put it. So my dad is this guy. He's a disciplinarian, but not that kind of akiingia nyi mnatoka ama like speak when spoken to. I think that's probably a bit because of my mother's influence a bit. But I would say the experience wasn't, I would say that, but this is probably common to most of the African mothers. Like, they don't do that, oh my son, hugs and all this, I love him. Those are things we never speak of.
And kisses.
The things that are coming. Right?
Yeah, but now with the coming generation, like, personally,
yes. How do you see yourself?
I see myself trying to improve the relationship that I have had with my father. That's towards my kids,
the child,
my nephews, nieces, because I'm already an uncle, so
you're practicing.
Yeah, those are like, I hope they won't see this. I'm a guinea pig. So I'm trying to practice that as the time comes in, so that by the time I'm a dad, it's not like it's a whole new thing to me.
Yeah.
So right now, what I would think is about trying to make sure that my relationship to my kids is way too close, personal, and personally I'm not a talky person, so it's a whole new.
You'll talk, my friend.
A whole new school.
It's a whole new, I like that you all want different and better and more.
Definitely.
I think I've already talked about how
Your experience,
my experience and probably how I'll be a good father.
Yes.
But what I want to talk about is there's something we call father's wounds. And father's wounds. Like they say like if like an absentee father, it causes a wound in a son or in a kid. So that when you grow up with an absentee father, then probably you don't meet like
there's a gap.
Yeah, there's a gap. Then you don't meet somebody with a father figure, or probably your mother or your sister brings you up. Then there's things that really you miss as a man when growing as a man.
Okay.
And probably that's why we have a lot of things to do with violence. Probably rape. We have assaults. We have murder cases, homicide, caused by like a majority of them is men. And so it's a point.
I mean, I sorry to interject, but it's because I struggle to see the relation of violence and the terrible ills you've spoken of. I struggle to see the connection between that and being raised in a single parent household. However, I mean, I get what you're saying in terms of there's a gap in terms of maybe saying as a man, this is the path that my father taught me how to walk probably.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as sons we miss a lot if you have an absentee father, and it's a gap. Yeah.
Okay. So, your turn. Your experiences. You, what do you think is the importance or lack thereof? Yeah.
Importance of
father figure. I mean, Asudi has he has shaped it out. It's very, very, very important. And I agree. Guy, I love my father people. I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, it's having a father figure. Having a father figure it's important for your development, because one, they give you a different perspective on life that you would not have otherwise got it on your own. Yes, on your own you can achieve it, but you might struggle to get it. So a father does this role of plays the role of a catalyst to tell you that there are specific responsibilities that you require. That's why having a good relationship with your child is important, because you don't talk to them from a point of authority. You talk to them from a point of friendship, such that this child understands that this person is not telling me ABCD because what he says is law. Rather, this person is telling me ABCD because they care. And more so in the African context, that aspect of a caring father, it's a bit difficult to define it because of the emphasis on discipline, on authority, on power. So as I was saying, that importance of having a good relationship with your children, such that the children understand that how you're relating from a point of care, because you'll find that at some point you get your freedom. That's why you find that in most cases, especially when children get to high school, because now it's like for the first time in around 13-14 years, you're staying away from your parents for some time. That's why you find a good number of them start to rebel, because they feel, I can't be told like this, you've been telling me these things over and over again. These parents are coming from a point of what is good for you, but then it's all about how you deliver that message home.
It's not what you say, but how you say
it.
Let me ask, were you beaten as a child?
Of course.
Do you think were you beaten? Okay. Yes, were you beaten? Yes. Okay. Was I beaten? Yes, but I was beaten.
Yeah, of course.
I have a second one, of course, being chapo. Do you think you became a better person because of the beating or in spite of the beating? And is it just the beating or plus the discipline still?
I think the beating taught me that there's an alternative way of telling someone what is not expected. Because sometimes we feel like, okay, fine, you've beaten me, then what?
I remember there's this boy in our class, alikuwa akichapa. Akianza kuchapa anasema, "Sumenichapa, simeisha." And then he do the same mistake again. Yeah. Okay, not mistake, the same thing.
The same thing.
Yeah.
So yes, you can discipline your child, but it doesn't have to be through violence.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What do you think? Did it better you?
And I think the beating and it's, it's showing the way. Beating somebody, disciplining your kid, it's one thing, and I need to show him another way. Probably like I've disciplined you because of this and that, and you need to change so that you don't just discipline me or beat me. Then it's all about that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about.
You need to show cause why.
Show cause, yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And you said, and your emphasis is on disciplining more than the beating, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I think discipline, it's from corporal punishment to today, like it's been evolving. I think today it's all about, it's kind of bribing somebody.
Wow, bribing somebody.
Yeah, so that's
Okay.
you probably like when you give your kid, like let's say a chocolate, and you tell him that you don't need to do that or that, because if you try and lift your hand, it will be another case.
It's another situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Jeffrey.
I would say, yeah, even his idea, probably I would wish it was a bit kidogo.
Wangepunguza volume.
But yeah, I think it has molded me to the person I am today. I wouldn't recommend it to that extent.
Would you still do the same to your children?
But now I would use a bit of a different tactic. That is not to be that extreme. And again, you kind of have to show, is it causality or action, reaction? You have to tell the kid, you did this.
And as a result.
Yeah, and as a result, this is why this is happening. And I believe through that, it would just happen that you are trying to punish this kid, and then he's like, after you've punished me,
And
then what? Currently I know kids are being raised differently nowadays. It's like I said, it's like bribing, telling, if you do this, I won't bring you this. Ama the nowadays punishment, they're so famed. Nitakuzimia wifi ama nitabadilisha password.
Password.
well, that took a time. So my mom would beat me, and I honestly half the time I can't remember why, but I remember what I had done. The problem is I don't remember why she beat me. But my dad would tell me, "Joy, you've done 1, 2, 3, and so I am going to beat you." Or so this is the consequence of your actions. And then he tells me, so do you agree you've done wrong? Of course you've done wrong. So you agree to this punishment. So you go and unaenda unajiletea kiboko yako na kuchapa nayo. And so you can't even be, of course you're angry, but you can't really be mad at him. But I was able to know why he beat me. And eventually this evolved into he and I now sitting, and when I do something wrong, he tells me, Joy, you did 1, 2, 3, and then I tell him, oh, okay, I see why, like an actual open dialogue. So, future fathers, all the best, because I have a good, okay, no, I stopped. All the best, and really, I see how you guys level the importance of fathers. So I pray that, and I hope that you guys will be amazing dads.
Sure.
So yay and happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. Happy future Father's Day.
Today. Yeah.
Bye and thank you for watching. Like, share, and the works. Bye.